and welcome back to Cast On, a knitting podcast where I talk about my whips, my current projects, my finished objects and some yarn acquisitions and some other stuff. I am your host, I am Ellie, I am from Austria, and today is a very hot day. We are full on in summer. It is about 30 degrees, like that is the minimum nowadays, and I am very hot, so I have down all of my blinds so the light could be a bit off from my other videos. I hope it will be okay, but we'll see. Yeah, welcome back, episode number 5 I believe it's now. Very excited. Hello to anyone who is new, welcome. I am very happy you could all join in again. I don't have too many projects going on right now. I am a bit in a knitting slum, so to say. I have finished all of my exams last week, so that was nice to finish off the year, the university year. I still have a lot of stuff to do, but we can get to that after all of the yarn acquisitions if anyone is interested. And yes, I think we can get right into it. And the first finished object is something that I actually don't have myself anymore because it was a gift. I have talked about this quite a lot on my Instagram and in my last podcast, and it is the Kumulus tee by Petite knit. I'm gonna pop a picture in here. I knitted this for my mum's birthday and I run out of time, so I could actually not make it as long as I wanted it to be. For some reason everything was a bit off. Like, I was super stressed. I thought I had enough time, but then just life happened, university and lots of other stuff, so I didn't really have the time anymore. And when she came, I literally went around the corner and had to knit on it at night to try and finish it for her for the next day. But sadly I could not get it to the length that I wanted it to be, so it is a bit shorter, and I've really enjoyed the knit after all. I think it is a really nice pattern and design. I would make it again. I would make it for myself. I hated the purling parts because for the v-neck you have to do the pearls. I did not enjoy that, especially because I was knitting quite a big size and I just absolutely hated it. So that's kind of why it took me so long to get to join it in the round and do it, you know, like that. So, but I think she was happy after all. It was just way too big for some reason, or not for some reason, but it is way too big, sadly. So the V is too deep for her, so it's more like a, you know, overthrow jumper than an actual t-shirt, which is kind of sad because I really wanted it to be a t-shirt. But it doesn't matter, she still likes it. She's very happy with the colour choice as well. I used a Tynn liner, which is the recommended yarn in the pattern, and all in all I think it was fine. I would definitely do it again, like I said, and the yarn is just gorgeous. I really fell in love with it, and I have bought more, as you might have seen last time in my last episode. And yeah, I think that is everything I can say about that. And I haven't washed it yet because I just didn't have the time, so I'm gonna wash it next time when I'm with her. I know it is a linen viscose cotton blend, so it shouldn't like stretch so much. I'm just really worried because it already is quite big that it's gonna be way too big, especially the v-neck, but we'll see. She said she will wait for me when I go home again so we can wash it together because she's really scared of ruining it. But I told her she can also throw it into the washing machine because the yarn is machine washable, which was a big thing for me because I wanted to make everything effortless for her. But we'll see how that goes. So that was my first finished object, and the second one is something that I have finished literally just before I picked up the camera because I just really wanted to get it finished. It is a t-shirt that I made with the Life in the Long Grass yarn. So this is the No Frills sweater by Petite knit, the pattern at least, but I made it into a shirt, as you can see. And I use Life in the Long Grass. You will have seen this yarn many times now, also if you follow me on Instagram. This is Life in the Long Grass in Rosegold. I bought 2 skeins. It is a hand-dyed yarn, superwash. And I did not need all of it, which was a big surprise for me. Well, I mean, there is quite a lot of yardage, but I think 1 would not have been enough. But for 2, I still have this much left from the second cake. So I forgot to weigh it before. But I think with the rest of this, I'm just gonna make like a bralette or something that is short and doesn't need to be long, because I just really want to use this up. Anyway, so this is the yarn as well. Here you can see it again, really nice and speckled and stuff. And I used it with Mohair, I used it with drops. This is all I have left from the third skein, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. I did alter the pattern a little bit. I did all of the short rows and everything, which you have to do if you don't know the pattern. And I increased the raglan here, but less than what the pattern suggested, because I actually wanted it to be skin tight, or close to skin tight. But it's still too big, so obviously that was a fault on my part to increase that much. I'm really bad with putting on the yoke and seeing how far I have to go to make it tight on me, because when I put this on whilst it was still in a circle, so not before the sleeve separation, it was fine. I could just pinch it under my arms, but obviously it is too big. So yeah, I really like it. It is very warm. I cannot wear this. I put it on to see how it looks like all finished up before, and I just had to take it off because it's, even in here, it is 28 degrees, which is standard, and actually 28 degrees is quite enjoyable when normally it's 35 outside. But still, today was a little bit cooler in the morning, so I had to finish the second sleeve because that was what I was stuck on, just to finish this tiny sleeve here. But I did it and it's done. I alternated skeins for the first time because this is the first time I'm actually using hand-dyed yarn. I've never used it before, and I did a lot of research and people said, you know, you have to alternate the skeins and stuff. But maybe it was because I paired it with Mohair. It gave me this line, you can see it quite prominently, sadly, especially on camera. It's not as bad in real life, but you can definitely see this line, and that is where I altered it. So then when I did the body, I stopped that because I just didn't want the line to go down all the way, which might look a bit strange now, I don't know. I don't quite know how to fix it because the stitches are not split or anything. It's just, sorry, the mohair's tickling my nose. It's just as if it bunched up and created this line. I don't know. I might just leave it, or with blocking I might stretch it to make it a bit more even. I don't know. But yeah, it is a great fit. It is a loose shirt and I can't wait to finally wear it when it's cooler, which will definitely take a few months, but we'll see. I have to say though, this yarn is great to work with. I'm gonna use it holding it single for the next project, just because I wanted to see how that goes. The colour, I like the colour, but I'm also a bit on the fence with it because I'm not a super pinky person, and I just, out of all of this, I just really loved the burnt orange. Here you can see one strand, like this burnt orange. There are some darker ones. That was like my favourite one out of all of these colours, and I was also super happy whenever I got to that point. So yeah, we're gonna put that in my knitting stash and wait until I can wear it. And sadly, these were already all of my finished objects because I just really didn't have the time. Like I said, my mum's shirts took most of my knitting time, and then this. But yeah, now I'm on holidays kind of for the next 2 months. I hope I have more time to finish my projects, and yeah, we'll see. Just had a sip of my tea, which is tucked behind me, and I think we can start with my whips, which I also don't have a lot. Because like I said, I am a bit in a slump right now. But the first one is something you have seen so many times ever since I started the podcast, really. You can probably already guess it. It is my Vargö sweater. Here it is. By Sari Nordlund. And I did some more here. Bottom, the body, but then I got distracted with other projects because it is heavy and it is quite thick, and even though it's not as bad working with it in heat like it is with Mohair, don't want to do that again. There is still something about it that I just want to put it aside and don't want to work on it anymore. Which is ridiculous because, I mean, all the colour work is done, it looks fantastic, I really want to wear it, but I just don't want to finish it. I don't know if I'm the only one like this with some of my projects, but yeah, I don't really know. I, like I said, worked on the body a little bit more. Maybe I will just put it aside again and just kind of forget about it until I feel like picking it up again. I'm working on 4.5mm needles, so quite big needles compared to what I'm normally working with nowadays, and it is quite quick as well. Also for the yarn, I am using 2 skeins of the Drops Baby Merino. It is a superwash wool, and it works up fine, like I said, but I don't know, I had so many problems with this sweater that I just don't feel like it anymore. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna put this aside for a little bit longer. I want to finish it, I really do, and I will one day, but it might take a while, and you might see it a bit more often than you already do as well. But I'm gonna put it back into my massive project bag and put it in a corner. So that was my first whip. My second whip is something that I have not cast on last time, and it is a test knit actually. I am working on a test knit for a lovely lady called Isabel. She's from Belgium. Her username is Breibellie, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am really sorry, I don't know how to say that. Her full name is Isabel van Elsen, I believe, and she put out a tester call for her Anou tank top, and I just really liked the design, so I signed up and I got in. So this is it. It's not a lot, and the cable is also not the right size, but it has a gorgeous lace pattern on the side. here. This is the lace pattern. It probably does not do it justice at all. I'm probably gonna have to wait and take some better pictures. Yeah, that's a bit better. Anyway, so you have this stockinette part in the middle here, and then on the side you have the lace chart, and it's a gorgeous design. It's gonna be a tank top, so it's a bit like a cami with like the triangles. And I've still got about a month left, and I am using, you might have seen this yarn before as well, especially if you've seen my latest video, which is the summer yarn video. It is the Drops Safran here. Drops Safran. Focus. Yes, there you go. In this nice rustic colour. This is the colour 59, sorry. It is 100% cotton, and I think I'm off gauge. I don't know. I tried to check it, and it's also the same yarn as I'm wearing right now. Actually, this is, I forgot to say that at the beginning, this is my Lotus Petal top by Hiris makes, which I absolutely love now, because it's just really nice to throw on. But this is the same yarn, and I took the gauge of this because it also used the same needle size, so it was fine. But now that I'm checking it again, it's a bit off, so I hope that won't be a massive problem. But yeah, I really like the design, and it's also quite easy to remember. It's like a 6, the chart is like 17 stitches and 6 row repeat, so it's quite easy to remember because it's the same. You just like do it in a different repeat, obviously. But yeah, it's coming along great, and all the testers, the other ones, are super nice. She's super lovely, and she replies also very, very quickly. So I'm really happy that I got in, that I'm working on this now, and I think this will also take up most of my knitting attention, because I still have quite a lot to do. Even though I have a month left, I really want to finish it before the deadline, like a week or two before, and just so I can like be done with it, take some nice pictures, all of that stuff. So I think that's what I'm gonna work on a bit more in the next few days, weeks, whatever. So that's in here. And then the third whip that I have is a whip that's also gonna be a very, very long one. I have talked about this one also before. I don't have it with me because it's way too big and heavy right now, but it is my scrappy blanket, and I have to say I have not worked on it at all. I've been so caught up with, like I said, my mum's shirt, my exams, my other projects, that I just had it in my knitting corner over there and not touched it, not even looked at it, because it's so big that it actually needs quite a lot of space to like put it somewhere so it's not in the way, and that is very difficult with our sofa, because my stuff is like everywhere. All of my balls of yarns, my skeins, everything is like everywhere. Every desk, every surface is occupied by it, so I really didn't want to take that out again and clutter the space up even more. So sadly I have not worked on it at all. I will though again, because I really want to finish with that blue, that really dark blue, and I want to try out some new stitches, and yeah, I think that is all. I have one more whip, which I'm just seeing down here, which I almost forgot about, and it is something, I can't remember if I had it last time or not. It's not a lot. It is this. It's literally just the collar. I have so many ideas lately of new designs and stuff that I want to make and eventually want to publish and see if people also want to make it. And that is one of the pieces. I am using my Sandnes Garn Smart yarn. I caked it up here. If you've been around for a while, you might recognize this yarn. I have bought it over Christmas because it was on offer and I needed the free in posting, so that's why I bought it. It is like a DK yarn. It is super wash. I don't love working with it, but with the swatch, the swatch that I made, it's quite nice. It's super stretchy and it does soften up a lot. Like this is quite stiff working with it, and this is a lot softer. It's also a lot drapier. So I do hope that this will, once I'm finished with it and washed it, it will be a lot nicer also to wear. But it will be a t-shirt, and I am just working on the short rows right now. And we'll see if you will ever see this again, if this will be a pattern in the future. I really hope so. I'm thinking about publishing a few things, or like not publishing, but I want to make my own designs and eventually publish patterns, because I want this as like a side hobby for me, you know, a kind of way to also make some money, to get settled in life and stuff like that. So I want to have a t-shirt with this, and I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, I hope you will see this again. I hope I will finally finish off the short rows, because I've just started them, as you can see. I've got a lifeline as well, just in case it doesn't work out. That was very important to me, because I know designing is a lot of ripping back and frogging and starting over and over again once you are almost done as well. So I just wanted to be on the safe side and not lose any of the stitches with the colour. Yeah, we'll see. I hope that I will work on it a bit more, but we'll see. I think that is like the quote of this video, we'll see. Anyway, I did loads of swatches lately. I've done some more here, and I am also working on another design. I also don't want to give that one away because I don't know if it's gonna work out. The swatch looked amazing, and because summer is almost over, well, not almost over, but for like making new patterns and the whole process of that, I don't know if it's worth showing, because it's literally just a swatch. Like, I want to show you something when it already looks like something. Anyway, so these are some more swatches. I don't love swatching, but I kind of got the hang of it, I think. I know I'm not the best, especially when you look at the size of these things. It's because I just didn't want to... I know this is gonna sound super bad, but I don't want to waste the yarn on swatching, and I know swatching is super important, especially if you make your own pattern and stuff, to calculate it correctly, to make it work and stuff like that. I'm just so lazy, and yeah, this is not 4 inches, let's put it that way. Anyway, enough of my swatches and my rambling. Let's go back up here. These were my whips. We kind of breezed through them, especially because I don't have that many, which is ironic because I got 4 whips, which is quite a lot, but realistically I only got like 1 I'm really working on, and at least 2 that are like long-term whips. We'll see. Again, we'll see. Right, moving on to maybe the most exciting part of this video. I don't know. I hope not. I hope you enjoyed seeing my project and all of that before as well. But yarn. I love yarn. I had to treat myself after my exams. You will have seen this already if you follow me on Instagram. But I have bought some yarn, even though I told myself I wouldn't, but we all know how that goes. So I did indeed really treat myself. Oh gosh, if I look at this. Anyway, let's start with the first thing. The first thing and the most recent yarn that I bought is some Knitting for Olive yarn, and I've wanted this for so long, and I know it is quite pricey but also super high quality, so it was really worth it. And I just wanted to try it and see if I like it and see kind of what all the fuss is about. So the first thing is the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. Hello, thank you. It looks like this. I bought two of all of the Knitting for Olive. This is Pure Silk in dark cognac, and it is not what I expected, let's put it that way. I already have brown yarn, which you can see here. This is the drops one, and this is a bit, it's almost the same color actually. Anyway, I don't love browns because my hair is brown, and quite a dark brown as well, even though it might not look like it. But my hair is brown, so I think brown and brown doesn't really go that well together. And I thought with dark cognac it would be more of like an orangey brown, but I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not sending it back or anything. I'm gonna use it. I'm just saying I expected something differently, let's put it that way. So these are the first two. I have and haven't plans for this. I really want to make camisole number 4, I think, from My Favorite Things Knitwear, or just some kind of camisole. Sorry, the light changed. The sun is behind the clouds with this, but we'll see. It might change, I don't know. The next yarn is Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino in this gorgeous blue. I'm really happy with this. This is not as bright in... yeah, that's more like it now. That's what it looks like. The reason why I picked this one up is because I just wanted to kind of try all of the Knitting for Olive yarns, especially the summer ones, so the Pure Silk and the Cotton Merino, just to see how it holds up, because I'm not a super big fan of pure cotton, and so far it's fine. It feels really, really nice. It's very soft, and I can't wait to work with it, even though I actually have no plans for this. It is also very thin yarn, which I didn't know either, or expect, let's put it that way. So I don't know if I can commit again to like 3mm needles, or even less, but I think it's 28, yeah, like 3mm needles, because I'm a bit scarred with my mum's shirt. We'll see. I don't know yet. I don't know, but that is the second one. And the third Knitting for Olive is the Merino. Oh, I forgot to say the colour, sorry. This is Dusty Blue Whale, that's the one. And this is the Merino one in Putty, and I think it got the same gauge. It's like 28, yeah, 28. It is a very, it's not as bright, maybe let's put it that way, yeah. It's like a whitey grey colour that goes a tiny bit into green. I really like it. I think it looks really good, because I'm not a super fan, like a super big fan of pure white anyway. And yeah, again, got no idea what to do with this. I got, like I said, 2 of each of them, and who knows, maybe it's gonna be another shirt. I don't know how far I can get with 2, so I just think I have to do some like digging, going through patterns and see what I can make. But yeah, that is my most prized possession now, I think. Also my most expensive yarn, because I've almost used up my hand-dyed yarn. Anyway, the next thing and the last thing is big, and it's in this massive box here. Something that I have bought almost immediately after I finished the other podcast, because you will probably have at least heard, and maybe even done it as well, but the Drops Kid Silk was on offer like everywhere you looked. And of course I had to get some, because if it's on offer for such a good price, then hell yeah, obviously. So I bought a bunch of Mohair, and actually one of them I've already used up in my t-shirt, in this one, because I ran out of Mohair. And I forgot to say when I showed this Mohair, this is called Natural, I think, or Nature or something. No, Natural. It's like the off-white colour number 1. And when I bought this whole box of Kid Silk Mohair by Drops, they didn't have the exact same one, so I bought like a really white Mohair. The colour, it was called something like Chalk or something like this, and I used it in the shirt, and I used like the Natural first, and then switched that out to when I was done with the Chalk one, and then finished off with the Natural one. And you really can't tell, like with white Mohair, you really can't tell what type or what colour it actually is. So I was very happy about that, also that I could use up the Mohair I had left over before, and almost use that up completely. So I was very happy about that. And then I bought, Jesus, four more colours. I forgot about that. 4 more colours. Let's get one out of, oh no, 5. Sorry, 5. Gosh, I really can't remember anything. So long ago. Here they are. Ta-da! I do have certain projects in mind with this, but because, like I said, it was such a good steal, I think I saved about 40 euros with the whole purchase, which I think is really good. And I did exactly what Rebecca from the Creabea podcast said, and she said that now is really the time to buy all the Mohair for the sweaters or t-shirts or whatever, garments in general, where you need to double strand Mohair, and that's what I did. That's why I got so much. Let's start with this colour first. This is the colour code 42. It's like a brownie colour, and I bought this because I wanted it to go with this colour here. This one is the Camarose, gosh, I can never pronounce this name, Ökologisk Sommeruld. You have heard this before, you have heard mispronouncing this a million times before, but because I wasn't super happy with this colour, I wanted to pair it with Mohair, also because it's quite a thin yarn. That's why I bought this, and I think I bought 5 of them. So that is the first one. Then the second one is this grey colour, colour code number 22. And I bought this because I wanted to go with my yarn cone from the British, oh, what's it called? Oh, how could I forget? My yarn cone that I have from the British wool, no, Woolen Knit, that's it. Yeah, Woolen Knit. Sorry, my brain is a bit fried from the heat. Because this is also a grey yarn, and it is it's a light fingering weight, and I wanted to pair it with Mohair. So that's why I bought this. I bought 6 of these. Then I got a colour which I'm not super happy about, because on the website it looked different, and I found out that the website, the shop that I always buy my yarn from, especially the Drops one, because there's only like one store in Austria or something ridiculous that sell Drops yarn, and the pictures are never accurate to what the yarn actually looks like. So I figured next time I should just go on the Drops website to have the colours there and then go to where I'm gonna buy it from, because this is colour 20 and I cannot remember now, of course, what this was called. It was something called like light beige or something. I hate this colour. I think it is so ugly, and I bought 3 of them because I needed to get the free postage, of course. So I bought another 3, and this is just, no, I really don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe I'm gonna pair it with something that is like the white one, where it's not super obvious that it's different, but it's like this grey. It's not nice. Let's not talk about this anymore. The last 2, let's start with that one, is a blue, and I love this blue. I've always loved this blue, and I already have this blue, and I needed to get more. This is colour number 7. It is a light blue, and I bought this because I wanted this to go with the second yarn cone that I have in blue from Woolly Knit as well. So I bought 6 of them as well. So 6 of these. And then the last one is, I think, the most exciting one in my opinion. It is colour number 40, and it is a light blush pink, which is very, very ironic, since I only mentioned not too long ago, about 20 minutes ago, that I am not a huge pink person, because again on the website it was a lot less pink. Also on camera it is a lot darker than what it is in real life. So yeah, I bought a lot of these, like a lot. I think I bought like 12 or 14, something ridiculous, but I had something in mind, and this is why I wanted to get all of this in the first place, because I want to make the waffle sweater by, or you can get the pattern on the Knitting for Olive website, and they use 2 strands of mohair, and that's why I got it. That is why I got this whole box, this whole mini yarn haul of mohair, is just because I wanted to make this sweater, and I didn't want to spend that much money as if I would have if I didn't buy it on sale. So yeah, again, an absolute, yeah, a lot. It's a lot. But I'm very excited. I'm not going to start with, especially with this waffle sweater, anytime soon, because again, summer, heat, disgusting to work with. So I'm gonna wait till fall comes around, or autumn, and see what I can do, if it's gonna work out. I think it will. If not, then I'm sure I can find something else, but that was the intention to use this yarn for. I know my other stuff, especially the Knitting for Olive, I want, because it's such a special yarn, I want to really have a special project with it. So I think I need to do some thinking, but I have bought quite a lot of patterns. So it's not just yarn that I'm currently spending my money on, it's also patterns. But I love supporting designers, and that's why I do it, obviously. So I'm super excited for all of that, and I'm sure I can find something with it. So yeah, those were, let's put this back, all of my yarn acquisitions, and I think now I can just tell you a little bit about life and how it's going and everything, if you're interested. If not, and you want to sign off here, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great time, and we can just talk a little bit about me, I guess. So I'm gonna keep this section very short, I think, because I don't want this video to be too long. Also, I'm quite warm now, but I think, oh, I thought I would just tell you a little bit about what's going on, what I'm planning on doing, etc. if you're interested, like I said before. So life has been stressful. Life has not been too good. I am very stressed. I can't find all of the joy in knitting like I used to. About sorry, I swallowed some tea in the wrong way. Yeah, I don't think knitting, I still enjoy knitting, but it's not been as relaxing as it used to be, mainly because it's just been, yeah, super stressful. And I hope I can get back to it very soon. And I want to knit so many different projects and want to start like everything at once, and I think that is a little bit the problem for me, because I just want to make everything at once and just not finish the projects and just cast a million things on. But that's obviously not the thought process behind knitting and all of that stuff. So I think I will get better. We'll see. This year has just really, this university year, should I say, because university starts at September and it lasts till July, almost non-stop. Like, I don't have a break at all, ever. It's been a lot. I am very tired and exhausted, so I'm really looking forward to these 2 months. That's also why I'm not working over summer, which I usually do, just because I'm just so tired. But yeah, I really don't want to drag this mood down here. I have a lot of things planned, especially for knitting, for some future videos, and I really hope you will stick around. I'm thinking about doing like a yarn shop crawl haul. I don't quite know how to name this, but I am planning on going home into my hometown, which is Gras. I'm living here in Vienna, which is about 2 hours away, 2.5 hour drive, so not too far away. But I'm planning on going home, seeing my family, staying a little bit for about a week also, and just checking out some yarn stores there. Sadly, the one I really wanted to go to is gonna be shut when I'm coming, which is such a bummer, because I was so looking forward to that one. But I think I can make it work and just go again in autumn or something like that. And I'm very excited to see my family again, even though my mum was only here about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I'm very looking forward to that. And like I said, I think or if you are interested, I could make a video about going to different yarn stores also here in Vienna, check some out. But the reason, well, I've never really been to a yarn store before, apart from the last story with the creepy woman in the other yarn store. I don't know if you remember that. I am not very social when it comes to that, and I don't like to do stuff on my own. So I am a bit nervous doing these things, just because I don't know like the customs, in a sense, like what you do when you go in. Is it weird? How will the people react? All of that stuff. So that's kind of what's been holding me back, going to some yarn stores and checking them out, even though I know the people will be lovely inside, and the owners will, and everyone is like, you're there for a reason and you have obviously the same passion and all of that stuff. But yeah, that is what I'm planning on doing. Also, I think I want to put a few more videos out, maybe like twice a month, so every 2 weeks. I'm thinking either, if I don't have like anything other planned, 2 podcasts a month, or 1 podcast at the end of the month and then 1 video in between, which I'm very drawn to because I have so many ideas. They just need a little bit of tweaking and thinking about and all of that stuff. But yeah, that is that plan. And just very quickly about the apartment situation. Me and my boyfriend, we had a look at the apartment. We finally were allowed to go inside and have a look, because up to that point we haven't even seen what it looks like inside, and it looks fantastic. I really hope we can take it on. Sadly, the other renters have not moved out yet completely, because the woman that was in there died sadly this year, so the family has not been clearing out the apartment like they should have done, or should still do. So it will take a while still, which I am very sad in a sense, but I'm super giddy and excited, because I just really want to start decorating and seeing everything, because it's a lot bigger than this place, and also it is not like 30 degrees inside because of the heat. So that has been going on with that, and I think that is all from me for now. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go and check out my Instagram, my Ravelry. Everything I have also talked about in this video is linked down below if you want to check that out. And give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you feel like it, if you feel like sticking around. It would make me very happy. I am super excited that we have reached 700 subscribers, and it just makes me incredibly happy and grateful for all of you guys. So thank you so much for sticking around, if you have also made it to the end. And I'm gonna see you next time. Happy knitting, and don't die in the heat like me. Bye!